Barakataya Hawa Bahashim Yahusha Bahashim Rakakuras. Barakataya Hawa Bahashim Yahusha Bahashim Rakakuras. Barakataya Hawa Bahashim Yahusha Bahashim Rakakuras. Um, I don't know if anybody, if the sound is good or nothing. Um, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashim Yahusha Bahashim Rakakuras. And I'm gonna read Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6. Hear therefore, O ye kings, and understand. Learn ye that be judges of the ends of the earth. Give ear, ye that rule the people, and glory in the multitude of nations. For power is given you of the Most High, and sovereignty from the highest. Who shall try your works, and search out your counsels? Because being ministers of his kingdom, ye have not judged aright, nor kept the law, nor walked after the counsel of the Most High. Horribly and speedily shall he come upon you, for a sharp judgment shall be to them that be in high places. For mercy will soon pardon the meanest, but mighty men shall be mightily tormented. For he which is the Most High over all shall fear no man's person, neither shall he stand in awe of any man's greatness. For he hath made the small, for he hath made the small and great, and cared for all alike. But a sore trial shall come upon the mighty. Unto you therefore, O kings, do I speak, that ye may learn wisdom and not fall away. For they that keep holiness holily shall be judged holy, and they that have learned such things shall find what to answer. Wherefore set your affection upon my words, decide them, and ye shall be instructed, and ye shall be instructed. Wisdom is glorious and never fadeth away. Yes, she is easily seen of them that love her, and found of such as seek her. She preventeth she preventeth them that desire her, in making herself first known unto them. Whoso seeketh her early shall have no great travail, for he shall find her sitting at his doors. To think therefore upon her is perfection of wisdom, and whoso watcheth for her shall quickly be without care. For she goeth about seeking such as are worthy of her, showeth herself favorably unto them in the ways, and meeteth them in every thought. For the very true beginning of her is the desire of discipline, and the care of this discipline is love. And love is the keeping of her laws, and the giving heed unto her laws is the assurance of incorruption. And incorruption maketh us near unto the Most High. Therefore the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom. If your delight be then in thrones and scepters, O ye kings of the people, honor wisdom, that ye may reign forevermore. As for wisdom, what she is and how she came, I will tell you, and will not hide mysteries from you, but will seek her out from the beginning of her nativity, and bring the knowledge of her into light, and will not pass over the truth. Neither will I go with consuming envy, for such a man shall have no fellowship with wisdom. But the multitude of the wise is the welfare of the world, and a wise king is the upholding of the people. Receive therefore instruction through my word, and it shall do you good. Yeah, let me, okay. This is Job chapter 38. Then the Most High said, Then the Most High answered Job out of the whirlwind and said, Who is this that darkeneth counsel by words without knowledge? Gird up now thy loins like a man, for I will demand of thee, and answer thou me. Where wast thou when I laid the foundations of the earth? Declare if thou hast understanding. Who hath laid the measures thereof, if thou knowest? Or who hath stretched the line upon it? Whereupon are the fountains thereof fastened? Or who laid the cornerstones thereof? When the morning stars sang together, and all the sons of the Most High shouted for joy. Who shut up the sea with doors, when it broke forth as if it had issued out of the womb? When I made the cloud the garment thereof, and thick darkness a swaddling band for it, and break up for it my decreed place, and set bars and doors, and said, Hitherto shalt thou come, but no further, and here shall thy proud ways be stayed. Hast thou commanded the morning since thy days, and caused the day spring to know his place, that it might take hold of the ends of the earth, that the wicked might be shaken out of it? It is turned as clay to the sill, and they stand as a garment. And from the wicked their light is withholden, and the high arm shall be broken. Hast thou entered into the springs of the sea, or hast thou walked in the search of the depth? Have the gates of death been opened unto thee, or hast thou seen the doors of the shadow of death? Hast thou perceived the breadth of the earth? Declare if thou knowest it all. Where is the way where light dwelleth? And as for darkness, where is the place thereof? That thou shouldest take it to the bound thereof, and that thou shouldest know the paths to the house thereof. Knowest thou it because thou wast then born, or because the number of thy days is great? Hast thou entered into the treasures of the snow, or hast thou seen the treasures of the hill, which I have reserved against the time of trouble, against the day of battle and war? By what way is the light parted, which scattereth the east wind upon the earth? Who hath divided the watercourse for the overflowing of waters, or a way for the lightning of thunder, to cause it to rain on the earth? Where no man is, on the wilderness, wherein there is no man, to satisfy the desolate and waste ground, and to cause the bud of the tender herb to spring forth. Hath the rain a father, or who hath begotten the drops of dew? Out of whose womb came the ice, and the hoary frost of heaven? Who hath gendered it? The waters are hid as with a stone, and the face of the deep is frozen. Canst thou bind the sweet influence of Pleiades, or loose the bands of Orion? Canst thou bring forth Mazzaroth in his season, or canst thou guide Arcturus with his sons? Knowest thou the ordinances of heaven? Canst thou set the dominion thereof in the earth? Canst thou lift up thy voice to the clouds, that abundance of waters may cover thee? Canst thou send lightnings that they may go, and say unto thee, Here we are? Who hath put wisdom in the inward parts, or who hath given understanding to the heart? Who can remember the clouds in wisdom, or who can stay the bottles of heaven, when the dust groweth into hardness, and the clods cleave fast together? Wilt thou hunt the prey for the lion, or fill the appetite of the young lions, when they couch in their dens, and abide in the covert to lie in wait? Who provided for the raven his food? When his young ones cry unto the Most High, they wander for lack of meat. Knowest thou the time when the wild goats of the rock bring forth? Or canst thou mark when the hinds do play? Canst thou number the months that they fulfill? Or knowest thou the time when they bring forth? They bow themselves, they bring forth their young ones, cast out their sorrows. Their young ones are in good liking. They grow up with corn, they grow forth and return not unto them. Who hath sent out the wild ass free? Or who hath loosed the bands of the wild ass? Whose house I have made the wilderness, and the barren land his dwellings. He scorneth the multitude of the city, neither regardeth he the crying of the driver. The range of the mountains is his pasture, and he searcheth after every green thing. Will the unicorn be willing to serve thee, or abide by thy crib? Canst thou bind the unicorn with his band in the furrow, or will he harrow the valleys after thee? Wilt thou trust him because his strength is great? Wilt thou leave thy labor to him? Wilt thou believe him that he will bring home thy seed and gather it into thy barn? Gavest thou the goodly wings unto the peacock, or wings and feathers unto the ostrich, which leaveth her eggs in the earth, and warmeth them in the dust, and forgetteth that the foot may crush them, or that the wild beast may break them? She is hardened against her young ones, as though they were not hers. Her labor is in vain without fear. Because the Most High hath deprived her of wisdom, neither hath he imparted to her understanding. What time she lifted up herself on high, she scorneth the horse and his rider. Hast thou given the horse strength? Hast thou clothed his neck with thunder? Canst thou make him afraid as a grasshopper? The glory of his nostrils is tremble. The glory of his nostrils is terrible. He paweth in the valley, and rejoiceth in his strength. He goeth on to meet the armed man. He mocketh at fear, and is not affrighted, neither turneth he back from the sword. The quiver rattleth against him, the glittering spear and the shield. He swalloweth the ground with fierceness and rage, neither believeth he that is the sound of the trumpet. He saith among the trumpets, Ha, ha! And he smelleth the battle afar off, the thunder of the captains and the shouting. Doth the hawk fly by thy wisdom, and stretch her wings toward the south? Doth the eagle mount up at thy command, and make her nest on high? She dwelleth and abideth on the rock, upon the crag of the rock, and the strong place. From thence she seeketh the prey, and her eyes behold afar off. Her young ones also suck up blood, and where where the slain are, there she is. Moreover, the Most High answered Job and said, Shall he that contendeth with the Almighty instruct him? He that reproveth the Most High, let him answer. Then Job answered the Most High and said, Behold, I am vile. What shall I answer thee? I will lay my hand upon my mouth. Once have I spoken, but I will not answer. Yet try, yea, twice, but I will proceed no further. Deuteronomy chapter 28. And it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Most High thy power, to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command thee this day, that the Most High thy power will set thee on high above all nations of the earth. And all these blessings shall come on thee and overtake thee, if thou shalt hearken unto the voice of the Most High thy power. Blessed shalt thou be in the city, and blessed shalt thou be in the field. Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy ground, and the fruit of thy cattle, and the increase of thy kin, and the flocks of thy sheep. Blessed shall be thy basket and thy store. Blessed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and blessed shalt thou be when thou when thou comest out. The Most High shall cause thy enemies that rise up against thee to be smitten before thy face. They shall come out against thee one way, and flee before thee seven ways. The Most High shall command a blessing upon thee in thy storehouses, and in all that thou settest thy hand unto, and he shall bless thee in the land which the Most High thy power giveth thee. The Most High shall establish thee a holy people unto himself, as he has sworn unto thee, if thou shalt keep the commandments of the Most High thy power, and walk in his ways. And all people of the earth shall see that thou art called by the name of the Most High, and they shall be afraid of thee. And the Most High shall make thee plenteous in goods, in the fruit of thy body, and in the fruit of thy cattle, and in the fruit of thy ground, in the land which the Most High swore unto thy fathers to give thee. The Most High shall open unto thee his good treasure, the heaven, to give the rain unto thy land in his season, and to bless all the works of thy hand. And thou shalt lend unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow. And the Most High shall make thee the head and not the tail, and thou shalt be above only, and thou shalt not be beneath. If that Thou hearken unto the commandments of the Most High thy power, which I command thee this day to observe and to do them. And thou shalt not go aside from any of the words which I command thee this day to the right hand or to the left, to go after other gods to serve them. This is Psalms chapter 31. In thee, O Most High, do I put my trust. Let me never be ashamed. Deliver me in thy righteousness. Bow down thine ear to me. Deliver me speedily. Be thou my strong rock, for a house of defense to save me. For thou art my rock and my fortress. Therefore, for thy name's sake, lead me and guide me. Pull me out of the net that they have laid privily for me. For thou art my strength. Into thine hand I commit my spirit. Thou hast redeemed me, O most high power of truth. I have hated them that regard lying vanities, but I trust in the Most High. I will be glad and rejoice in thy mercy, for thou hast considered my trouble. Thou hast known my soul in adversities, and hast not shut me up in the hand of the enemy. Thou hast set my feet in a large room. Have mercy upon me, O Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, for I am in trouble. My eye is consumed with grief, yea, my soul and my belly. For my life is spent with grief, and my years with sighing. My strength faileth because of my iniquity, and my bones are consumed. I was a reproach among all my enemies, but especially among my neighbors, and a fear to my acquaintance. They that did see me without fled from me. I am forgotten as a dead man out of mind. I am like a broken vessel, for I have heard the slander of many. Fear was on every side, while they took counsel together against me. They devised to take away my life. But I trusted in thee, O Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. I said, Thou art my power. My times are in thy hand. Deliver me from the hand of and from Salakia. Psalms chapter 31, verse 20. Psalms chapter 31, verse 15. My times are in thy hand. Deliver me from the hand of my enemies and from them that persecute me. Make thy face to shine upon thy servant. Save me from thy mercy's sake. Let me not be ashamed, O Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, for I have called upon thee. Let the wicked be ashamed, and let them be silent in the grave. Let the lying lips be put to silence, which speak grievous things proudly and contemptuously against the righteous. O how great is thy goodness, which thou hast laid up for them that fear thee, which thou hast wrought for them that trust in thee before the sons of men. Thou shalt hide them in the secret of thy presence from the pride of man. Thou shalt keep them secretly in a pavilion from the strife of tongues. Blessed be the Most High, for he hath showed me his marvelous kindness in a strong city. For I said in my haste, I am cut off from before thine eyes. Nevertheless, thou heardest the voice of my supplications when I cried unto thee. O love the Most High, all ye his saints, for the Most High preserveth the faithful, and plentifully rewardeth the proud doer. Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart, all ye that hope in the Most High. Barakatah Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakatash. Zephaniah 1. The word of the Most High came unto Zephaniah the son of Cushi, the son of Gedaliah, the son of Amariah, the son of Hizkiah, in the days of Hosea, the son of Ammon, king of Judah. I will utterly consume all things from off the land, saith the Most High. I will consume man and beast. I will consume the fowls of the heaven, and the fishes of the sea, and the stumbling blocks with the wicked. And I will cut off man from off the land, saith the Most High. Zephaniah 1 and 4. I will also stretch out my hand upon Judah and upon all the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and I will cut off the remnant of Baal from this place, in the name of Chim-arim with the priests, and them that worship the hosts of heaven upon the housetops, and them that worship and that swear by the Most High, and that swear by Malcolm, and them that are turned back from the Most High, and those that have not sought the Most High, nor inquired for him. Hold thy peace at the presence of the Most High Power, for the day of the Most High is at hand. For the Most High hath prepared a sacrifice, he hath bid his guests. And it shall come to pass in the day of the Most High sacrifice that I will punish the princes and the king's children, and all such as are clothed with strange apparel. In the same day also will I punish all those that leap on the threshold, which build Zephaniah 1 verse 9. In the same day also will I punish all those that leap on the threshold, which fill their masters' houses with violence and deceit. And it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Most High, that there shall be the noise of a cry from the fish gate, and the howling from the second, and a great crashing from the hills. Hail ye inhabitants of Maktesh, for all the merchant people are cut down, all they that bear silver are cut off. And it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles, and punish the men that are settled on their lees, that say in their heart, the Most High will not do good, neither will he do evil. Therefore their goods shall become a booty, and their houses a desolation. They shall also build houses, but not inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards, but not drink the wine thereof. The great day of the Most High is near. It is near, it and hasteth greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Most High, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, a day of the trumpet and alarm against the fenced cities and against the high towers. And I will bring distress upon men, that they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Most High, and their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as the dung. Zephaniah 1 verse 18. Neither their silver nor their gold shall be able to deliver them in the day of the Most High's wrath, but the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy, for he shall make even a speedy riddance of all them that dwell in the land. Chapter 2. Gather yourselves together, yea, gather together, O nation not desired, before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chaff, before the fierce anger of the Most High come upon you, before the day of the Most High's anger come upon you. Seek ye the Most High, all ye meek of the earth, which have wrought his judgment. Seek righteousness, seek meekness. It may be ye shall be hid in the day of the Most High's anger. For Gaza shall be forsaken, and Ashkelon a desolation. They shall drive out Ashdod at the noonday, and Ekron shall be rooted up. Woe unto the inhabitants of the sea coast, the nation of the Cherethites. The word of the Most High is against you, O Canaan, the land of the Philistines. I will even destroy thee, that there shall be no inhabitant, and the sea coast shall be dwellings and cottages for shepherds and folds for flocks, and the coast shall be for the remnant of the house of Judah. They shall feed thereupon, and the houses of Ashkelon shall they lie down in the evening. But the Most High their power shall visit them and turn away their captivity. I have heard the reproach of Moab, and the revilings of the children of Ammon, whereby they have reproached my people and magnified themselves against their border. Therefore, as I live, saith the Most High of hosts, the power of Israel, surely Moab shall be as Sodom, and the children of Ammon as Gomorrah, even the breedings of nettles and saw pits, and a perpetual desolation. The residue of my people shall spoil them, the remnant of my people shall possess them. This shall they have for their pride, because they have reproached and magnified themselves against the people of the Most High of hosts. Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua will be terrible unto them, for he will famish all the powers of the earth, and men shall worship him, every one from his place, even all the isles of the heathen. Ye Ethiopians also, ye shall be slain by the sword, by my sword, and he will stretch out his hand against the north and destroy Assyria, and will make Nineveh a desolation and dry like a wilderness, and flocks shall lie down in the midst of her, all the beasts of the nations, both the cormorant and the bittern shall lodge in the upper lintels of it. Their voice shall sing in the windows, and desolation shall be in the thresholds, for he shall uncover the cedar work. This is the rejoicing city that dwelleth carelessly, that said in her hearts, I am, and there is none besides me. How is she become a desolation, a place for beasts to lie down in? Everyone that passeth by her shall hiss and wag his tail. Zephaniah chapter 3. Woe to her that is filthy and polluted, to the oppressing city. She obeyeth not the voice, she receiveth not correction, she trusteth not in the Most High, she drew not near to her power. Her princes within her are roaring lions, her judges are evening wolves, they gnaw not the bones till the morrow. Her prophets are light and treacherous persons, her priests have polluted the sanctuary, they have done violence to the law. The just Most High is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity. Every morning doth he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame. I have cut off the nations. Their towers are desolate. I made their streets waste that none passeth by. Their cities are destroyed, so that there is no man, that there is none inhabitant. I said, surely thou wilt fear me, thou wilt receive instruction, so their dwelling shall not be cut off. Howsoever I punished them, but they rose early and corrupted all their doings. Therefore wait ye upon me, said the Most High, until the day that I rise up to the prey. For my determination is to gather the nations. Zephaniah chapter 3, verse 8. Therefore wait ye upon me, said the Most High, until the day that I rise up to the prey, for my determination is to gather the nations, that I may assemble the kingdoms, to pour upon them my indignation, even all my fierce anger. For all the earth shall be devoured with the fire of my jealousy. For then will I turn to the people and pure for then will I turn to the people a pure language, that they may all call upon the name of the Most High to serve him with one consent. From beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, my supplements, even the daughter of my dispersed, shall bring mine offering. In that day shalt thou not be ashamed for all thy doings wherein thou hast transgressed against me. For then I will make a way out of the midst of thee, them that rejoice in thy pride, and thou shalt no more be haughty because of my holy mountain. I will also leave in the midst of thee an afflicted and poor people, and they shall trust in the name of the Most High. The remnant of Israel shall not do iniquity, nor speak lies, neither shall a deceitful tongue be found in their mouth. For they shall feed and lie down, and none shall make them afraid. Sing, O daughter of Zion, Shout, O Israel, be glad and rejoice with all the heart, O daughter of Jerusalem. The Most High hath taken away thy judgments. He hath cast out thine enemy, the King of Israel. Even the Most High is in the midst of thee. Thou shalt not see evil any more. In that day it shall be said to Jerusalem, Fear thou not, and to Zion, Let not thine hands be slack. The Most High thy power in the midst of thee is mighty. He will save, he will rejoice over thee with joy. He will rest in his love. He will joy over thee with singing. I will gather them that are sorrowful for the solemn assembly, who are of thee, to whom the reproach of it was a burden. Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and will save her that halteth, and gather her that was driven out. And I will give them praise and fame in every land where they have been put to shame. At that time will I bring you again, even in the time that I will gather you, for I will make you a name and a praise among all people of the earth. When I turn back your captivity before your eyes, saith the Most High. Salakia. This man need to go. Ecclesiasticus chapter 1. All wisdom cometh from the Most High, and is with him forever. Who can number the sand of the sea, and the drops of rain, and the days of eternity? Who can find out the height of heaven, and the breadth of the earth? This is Ecclesiasticus or Sirach chapter 1. All wisdom cometh from the Most High, and is with him forever. Who can number the sand of the sea, and the drops of rain, and the days of eternity? Who can find out the height of heaven, and the breadth of the earth, and the deep in wisdom? Wisdom hath been created before all things, and the understanding of prudence from everlasting. The word of the Most High, the word of Yahweh Most High is the foundation of wisdom, and her ways are everlasting commandments. To whom hath the root of wisdom been revealed, or who hath known her wise counsels? Unto whom hath the knowledge of wisdom been made manifest, and who hath understand her great experience? There is one wise and greatly to be feared. The Most High sitteth upon his throne. He created her and saw her and numbered her and poured her out upon all his works. She is with all flesh according to his gift, and he hath given her to them that love him. The fear of the Most High is honor and glory and gladness, and a crown of rejoicing. The fear of the Most High maketh a merry heart, and giveth joy and gladness in a long life. Whoso feareth the Most High, it shall go well with him at the last, and he shall find favor in the day of his death. To fear the Most High is the beginning of wisdom, and it created with the faithful in the womb. She hath built an everlasting foundation with men, and she shall continue with their seed. To fear the Most High is fullness of wisdom, and filleth men with their fruits. She filleth all their house with things desirable, and the garners with their increase. The fear of the Most High is a crown of wisdom, making peace and perfect health. to flourish, both which are the gifts of the Most High, and it enlargeth their rejoicing that love him. Wisdom raineth down skill and knowledge of understanding, and exalteth them to honor that hold her fast. The root of wisdom is to fear the Most High, and the branches thereof are long life. The fear of the Most High driveth away sins, and where it is present it turneth away wrath. A furious man cannot be justified, for the sway of his fury shall be his destruction. A patient man will bear for a time, and afterward joy shall spring up unto him. He will hide his words for a time, and the lips of many shall declare his wisdom. The parables of knowledge are in the treasures of wisdom, but godliness is an abomination to a sinner. If thou desire wisdom, keep the commandments, and the Most High shall give her unto thee. For the fear of the Most High is wisdom and instruction, and faith and meekness are his delight. Distrust not the fear of the Most High when thou art poor, and come not unto him with a double heart. Be not an hypocrite in the sight of men, and take good heed what thou speakest. Exalt not thyself, lest thou fall, and bring dishonor upon thy soul. And so the Most High discover thy secrets, and cast thee down in the midst of the congregation, because thou camest not in truth to the fear of the Most High, but thy heart is full of deceit. Chapter 2. My son, if thou come to serve the Most High, prepare thy soul for temptation. Set thy heart aright, and constantly endure. Maketh not haste in time of trouble. Cleave unto him, and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at thy last end. Whosoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. Believe in him, and he will help thee. Order thy way aright, and trust in him. Ye that fear the Most High, wait for his mercy, and go not aside lest ye fall. Ye that fear the Most High, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. Ye that fear the Most High, hope for good, and for everlasting joy and mercy. Look at the generations of old, and see, did ever any trust in the Most High, and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear, and was forsaken? For whom did he ever despise that called upon him? For the Most High is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins, and saveth in time of affliction. Woe be to fearful hearts and faint hands, and the sinners that go two ways. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not, therefore shall he not be defended. Woe unto you that have lost patience! And what will ye do when the Most High shall visit you? They that fear the Most High will not disobey his words, and they that love him will keep his ways. They that fear the Most High will seek that which is well pleasing unto him, and they that love him shall be filled with the law. They that fear the Most High will prepare their hearts, and humble their souls in his sight, saying, We will fall into the hands of the Most High, and not into the hands of men. For as his majesty is, so is his mercy. Chapter 3. Hear me, your father, O children, and do thereafter, that ye may be safe. For the Most High hath the Salakia. Ecclesiasticus chapter 3, verse 2. For the Most High hath given the father honor over the children, and hath confirmed the authority of the mother over the sons. Whoso honoureth his father maketh an atonement for his sins, and he that honoureth his mother is as one that layeth up treasure. Whoso honoureth his father shall have joy of his own children, and when he maketh his prayer he shall be heard. He that honoureth his father shall have a long life, and he that is obedient unto the Most High shall be a comfort to his mother. He that feareth the Most High will honour his father, and will do service unto his parents as to his masters. Honour thy father and mother both in word and deed, that a blessing may come upon thee from them. For the blessing of the father establisheth the houses of children, but the curse of the mother rooteth out foundations. Glory not in the dishonor of thy father, for thy father's dishonor is no glory unto thee. For the glory of a man is from the honor of his father, and the mother in dishonor is a reproach to the children. My son, help thy father in his age, and grieve him not as long as he liveth. And if his understanding fail, have patience with him, and despise him not when thou art in thy full strength. For the relieving of thy father shall not be forgotten, and instead of sins it shall be added to build thee up. In the day of thine affliction it shall be remembered. Thy sons also shall melt away as the ice in the fair warm weather. He that forsaketh his father is as a blasphemer, and he that angereth his mother is cursed from the Most High. My son, go on with thy business in meekness, so shalt thou be beloved of him that is approved. The greater thou art, the more humble thyself, and thou shalt find favor before the Most High. Many are in high places and of renown, but mysteries are revealed unto the meek. But the power of the Most High is great, and he is honored of the lowly. Seek not out the things that are too hard for thee, neither search the things that are above thy strength. But what is commanded of thee, think thereupon with reverence, for it is not needful for thee to see with thine eyes the things that are in secret. Be not curious in unnecessary matters, for more things are showed unto thee than men understand. For many are deceived by their own vain opinion, and an evil suspicion hath overthrown their judgment. Without eyes thou shalt want light. Profess not the knowledge therefore that thou hast not. A stubborn heart shall fare evil at the last, and he that loveth danger shall perish therein. And obstinate an obstinate heart shall be laden with sorrows, and the wicked man shall heap sin upon sin. In the punishment of the proud there is no remedy, for the plant of wickedness hath taken root in him. The heart of the prudent will understand a parable, and an attentive ear is the desire of a wise man. Water will quench a flaming fire, and alms maketh an atonement for sins. And he that requiteth good turns is Salakia. Ecclesiasticus or Sirach, chapter 3, verse 30. Water will quench a flaming fire, and alms maketh an atonement for sins. And he that requiteth good turns is mindful of that which may come hereafter, and when he falleth he shall find a stay. Okay. Ecclesiasticus chapter 4. My son, defraud not the poor of his living, and make not the needy eyes to wait long. Make not an hungry soul sorrowful, neither provoke a man in his distress. Add no more trouble to an heart that is vexed. And defer not to give to him that is in need. Reject not the supplication of the afflicted, neither turn away thy face from a poor man. Turn not away thine eye from the needy, and give him not occasion to curse thee. For if he curse thee in the bitterness of his soul, his praise shall be heard of him that made him. Get thyself the love of the congregation, and bow thy head to a great man. Let it not grieve thee to bow down thy ear to the poor, and give him a friendly answer with meekness. Deliver him that suffereth wrong for from the hand of the oppressor, and be not faint-hearted without sittest in judgment. Be as a father unto the fatherless, and instead of an husband unto their mother, so shalt thou be as the son of the Most High, and he shall love thee more than thy mother doth. Wisdom exalteth her children, and layeth hold of them that seek her. He that loveth her loveth life, and they that seek to her early shall be filled with joy. He that holdeth her fast shall inherit glory, and wheresoever she entereth, the Most High will bless. They that serve her shall minister to the Holy One, and them that love her, the Most High doth love. Whoso giveth ear unto her shall judge the nations, and he that attendeth unto her shall dwell securely. If a man commit himself unto her, he shall inherit her, and his generation shall hold her in possession. For at the first she will walk with him by crooked ways, and bring fear and dread upon him, and torment him with her discipline, until she may trust his soul, and try him by her laws. Then will she return the straight way unto him, and comfort him, and show him her secret. But if he go wrong, he will forsake him, and give him over to his own ruin. Observe the opportunity, and beware of evil, and be not ashamed when it concerneth thy soul. For there is a shame that bringeth sin, and there is a shame which is glory and grace. Accept no person against thy soul, and let not the reference of any man cause thee to fall. And refrain not to speak where there is occasion to do good, and hide not thy wisdom in her beauty. For by speech wisdom shall be known, and learning by the word of the tongue. In no wise speak against the truth, but be abashed of the error of thine ignorance. Be not ashamed to confess thy sins, and force not the course of the river. Make not thyself an underling to a foolish man, neither accept the person of the mighty. Strive for the truth unto death, and the Most High shall fight for thee. Be not hasty in thy tongue, and in thy deeds slack and remiss. Be not as a lion in thy house, nor frantic among thy servants. Let not thy hand be stretched out to receive, and shut when thou shouldest repay. Say, Barakatah Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai Bahashem Rakakodash. That's the Father, Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. His real name is Yahweh Shai. Okay, let me see how much longer I can go on this. Okay, okay. Let me see. Okay. Jeremiah chapter 50. The word that the Most High spake against Babylon and against the land of the Chaldeans by Jeremiah the prophet. Declare ye among the nations, and publish and set up a standard. Publish and conceal not, say Babylon is taken. Bel is confounded, Merodach is broken in pieces, her idols are confounded, her images are broken in pieces. For out of the north there cometh up a nation against her, which shall make her land desolate, and none shall dwell therein. They shall remove, they shall depart, both man and beast. In those days and in that time, saith the Most High, the children of Israel shall come, and they and the children of Judah together, going and weeping, they shall go and seek the Most High their power. They shall ask the way to Zion with their faces thitherward, saying, Come and let us join ourselves to the Most High in a perpetual covenant that shall not be forgotten. My people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. Slovakia, chapter 50, verse 6. Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 6. My people have been lost sheep. Their shepherds have caused them to go astray. They have turned them away on the mountains. They have gone from mountain to hill. They have forgotten their resting place. All that found them have devoured them, and their adversaries said, we offend not because they have sinned against the Most High, the habitation of justice. Even the Most High, the hope of their fathers, were moved out of the midst of Babylon, and go forth out of the land of the Chaldeans, and be as the he goats before the flock. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrow shall be as of Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 9. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up. I will Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 9. For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. Their arrow shall be as of a mighty expert man. None shall return in vain. And Chaldea shall be a spoil. All that spoil her shall be satisfied, saith the Most High. Because ye were glad, because ye rejoiced, O ye destroyers of mine heritage, because ye are grown fat as the heifer at grass, and bellow as bulls. Your mother shall be sore confounded, she that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. Because of the wrath of the Most High it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished and hiss at all her plagues. Put yourselves in array against Babylon round about, all ye that bend the bow, shoot at her, spare no arrows, for she hath sinned against the Most High. Shout against her round about, she hath given her hand, her foundations are fallen. Her walls are thrown down, for it is the vengeance of the Most High. Take vengeance upon her as she hath done, do unto her. Cut off the sower from Babylon, and him that handleth the sickle in the time of harvest. For fear of the oppressing sword, they shall turn every one to his people, and they shall flee every one to his own land. Israel is a scattered sheep, the lions have driven him away. First the king of Assyria hath devoured him, and last this Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, hath broken his bones. Therefore thus saith the Most High of hosts, the power of Israel, behold, I will punish the king of Babylon and his land as I have punished the king of Assyria. And I will bring Israel again to his habitation, and he shall feed on Carmel and Bashan, and his soul shall be satisfied upon Mount Ephraim and Gilead. In those days and in that time, saith the Most High, the iniquity of Israel shall be sought for, and there shall be none, and the sins of Judah, and they shall not be found. For I will pardon them whom I reserve. Go up against the land of Miridaim, even against it, and against the inhabitants of Pekod, waste and utterly destroy after them, saith the Most High, and do according to all that I have commanded thee. A sound of battle is in the land, and of great destruction. How is the hammer of the whole earth cut asunder and broken? How is Babylon become a desolation among the nations? I have laid a snare for thee, and thou art also taken, O Babylon, and thou wast not aware. Thou art found and also caught, because thou hast striven against the Most High. The Most High hath opened his armory, and hath brought forth the weapons of his indignation. For this is the word of the Most High, power of Israel, power of hosts in the land of Chaldeans. Come against her from the utmost border, open her storehouses, cast her up as heaps, and destroy her utterly. Let nothing of her be left. Slay all her bullocks, let them go down to the slaughter. Woe unto them, for their day is come, the time of their visitation. The voice of them that flee and escape out of the land of Babylon, to declare in Zion the vengeance of the Most High power, the vengeance of his temple. Call together the archers against Babylon, all ye that bend the bow, camp against it round about. Let none thereof escape. Recompense her according to her work, according to all that she hath done. Do unto her, for she hath been proud against the Most High, against the Holy One of Israel. Therefore shall her young men fall in the streets, and all her men of war shall be cut off in that day, saith the Most High. Behold, I am against thee, O thou most proud, saith the Most High power of hosts. For thy day is come, the time that I will visit thee. And the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall raise him up. And I will kindle a fire in his cities, and it shall devour all round about him. Jeremiah 50, verse 32. And the most proud shall stumble and fall, and none shall raise him up, and I will kindle a fire in his cities, and it shall devour all round about him. Thus saith the Most High of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captives held them fast. They refused to let them go. Their Redeemer is strong, the Most High of hosts is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause, that he may give rest to the land and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon. The sword is upon the Chaldeans, saith the Most High, and upon the inhabitants of Babylon, and upon her princes, and upon her wise men. A sword is upon the liars, and they shall doubt. A sword is upon her mighty men, and they shall be dismayed. A sword is upon their horses, and upon their chariots, and upon all the mingled people that are in the midst of her, and they shall become as women. A sword is upon her treasures, and they shall be robbed. A drought is upon her waters, and they shall be dried up. For it is the land of graven images, and they are mad upon their idols. Therefore the wild beasts of the desert with the wild beasts of the islands shall dwell there, and the owl shall dwell therein, and it shall be no more inhabited forever, neither shall it be dwelt in from generation to generation. As the Most High overthrew Sodom and Gomorrah and the neighbor cities thereof, said the Most High, so shall no man abide there, neither shall any son of man dwell therein. Behold, a people shall come from the north, and a great night, and many kings shall be raised up from the coast of the earth. They shall hold the bow and the lance. They are cruel and will not show mercy. Their voice shall roar like the sea, and they shall ride upon horses. Everyone put in array like a man to the battle against thee, O daughters of Babylon. The king of Babylon have heard the report of them, and his hands wax feeble. Anguish took hold of him, and pangs as of a woman in travail. Behold, he shall come up like a lion from the swelling of Jordan unto the habitation of the strong. I will make thee suddenly run away from her, and who is a chosen man that I may appoint over her? For who is like me, and who appoint me, who will appoint me the time, And who is that shepherd that will stand before me? Therefore hear ye the counsel of the Most High, that he hath taken against Babylon, and his purses and his purposes that he hath proposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock them shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate within them. Kahalo Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shabahashem Rakakwara. All praise, honor, and glory goes to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shabahashem Rakakwara. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone, for teaching me this truth. It's in truth and in sincerity. Shalom.